All right, let's dive in today, shall we? We're heading to the Caribbean.
Sounds nice.
It is. Specifically, St. Anne, Jamaica. And we're going deep, like way beyond those glossy tourist brochures you see.
Deeper than a brochure, huh?
Deeper. We've got this official government profile. It's like St. Anne 101, but, way more interesting.
Love it. St. Anne, it's known as the Garden Parish.
Oh, right. The Garden Parish. But it's not just, like, pretty flowers and stuff.
Right.
I mean, it'd be beautiful, but it's also Jamaica's biggest parish.
Huge.
And their economy, bauxite mining, agriculture, they raise livestock, and tourism.
It really blends it all. Industry and that natural beauty. But that blend, it gets even more interesting when you look back. Way back.
Before the resorts and cruise ships.
Long before. We're talking about people living there way before Columbus even showed up.
Yeah.
Think early settlements, like some of the very first. The Taino people.
You mean the Arawak?
Exactly.
So before Europeans, before Jamaica was even a thing.
There were folks thriving right there.
Wow. That puts things in perspective.
Deep roots, right. Then, boom, 1494, Columbus hits the scene. Lands at, you guessed it, Discovery Bay.
Discovery Bay. Always had that name, right?
See, that's where it gets fun. He actually called it Horseshoe Bay at first.
Wait, so Discovery Bay wasn't always... Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
You're catching on name changes, the kind of St. Anne's thing. It reflects how many cultures have come and gone, shaping the place.
All right, already hooked. So what happened next?
Seville. First Spanish settlement. Jamaica's first capital, even. You'd think that'd make it the place to be, right? Prime real estate?
Yeah, capital city, I mean.
But here's the kicker. Seville, or Nueva Seville, as it was called back then, kind of flopped.
Flopped? How does a whole capital city flop?
Location, location, location. It was swampy, disease-ridden.
Wow. So not such a prime spot after all.
Nope. Abandoned in the end. But St. Anne's story doesn't stop there. This place, it also gave us two huge EE figures. Global impact kind of people.
Hold on. Are you talking about...
Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley.
Whoa, okay. Two icons, each challenging the system in their own way. It's like St. Anne. It's got the spirit of, resistance built in, cultural power.
You said it. Garvey, he was born in St. Anne's Bay.
Yeah.
Became Jamaica's first national hero.
Right, and he wasn't just local. His whole Pan-Africanism thing, that went worldwide.
Unity for people of African descent everywhere. Powerful stuff. And then there's Marley. Music that broke down borders. Still does. Born in 9 Miles, St. Anne.
And it wasn't just music, it was a message. Social justice, love, unity, all that.
Exactly. And today, his mausoleum, right there in 9 Miles. Big tourist attraction. People come from all over.
Makes sense. So we've got these heavy hitters, historically speaking, but where's St. Anne? Geographically, where does it all fit in?
Okay, picture this. You're on Jamaica's north coast. Lush, right? And you've got the Caribbean Sea right there, all sparkly.
I can almost feel the breeze.
That's St. Anne, surrounded by other parishes, each with their own vibe.
So we've got the coast, but what about inland? All beaches.
Oh, no, there's variety. You've got the Dry Harbor Mountains, majestic, and peaks with names like Mount Diablo. Sounds ominous, right?
Mount Diablo. Okay, yeah, that's a name that sticks with you.
It does, but it's not just mountains. Limestone, lots of it, and rivers. Combine those, what do you get?
Caves.
Caves. About 60 known ones, in fact.
60? Wow, that's a lot of caves.
There is. Like Green Grotto, that's in Runaway Bay. Famous one.
Okay, so we've got mountains, caves, rivers, coastline. Sounds pretty adventurous. But what about the towns themselves? What are some must-sees?
Well, got to start with the capital, right? St. Anne's Bay. But guess what? It used to be called Santa Gloria.
Columbus again.
The one and only. See? Name changes everywhere. It's like each town has a hidden story. What else? There's Moneague.
Moneague. Interesting name.
Means Savannah of the Monkeys. And get this, sometimes an underground lake appears there. Like, out of nowhere.
A vanishing lake. Okay, that's got to be on the itinerary. What else?
Brownstown. Biggest rural town they've got. Founded by an Irishman, actually. Used to be called Hamilton Town.
So Spanish influence, the indigenous roots, now Irish. St. Anne's a real melting pot.
It is. And speaking of melting pots, Discovery Bay. Remember, first it was Horseshoe Bay.
Oh, right. Then it was
Dry Harbor. Before finally becoming Discovery Bay.
Musical chairs with place names. Makes you wonder what happened each time.
Right. What about Runaway Bay? That name's intriguing, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Runaway Bay. It sounds like there's a story there.
Oh, there is. The last Spanish governor, legend has it, he fled Jamaica from that very bay.
He ran away.
Right to Cuba. The English were taking over.
Wow, history right there in the name. Okay, and of course we can't forget
Ocho Rios.
8 rivers, right?
In Spanish, yeah.
Huh.
Tourist hub, gorgeous beaches, nightlife, the whole shebang. But here's a thought. Did it really have 8 rivers?
Ooh, you're leaving us hanging. Is that a challenge?
Maybe it's a misnomer. A little research project for your listeners.
I love it. Okay, so we've covered the nickname, the history, the land, those amazing sounding towns. Where do we go from here?
You know, it's funny. All those towns, the name changes. It's like St. Anne's Pass is built right into the place itself.
Yeah, like every street corner's got a story to tell. But speaking of stories, I'm thinking about the sea now. We've done history, the land, the people. What about that coastal vibe?
Ah, the coast. Now, St. Anne, it's got some of Jamaica's most beautiful coastline. Picture perfect beaches, the water like crystal clear, and all that lush greenery. It's like it goes right down to the sand.
Okay, yeah, that's the classic Caribbean postcard image. But any spots that really stand out to you?
Well, you can't talk St. Anne and not mention Dunn's River Falls. Technically, it's right on the border with St. Mary Parish.
So I'm not quite St. Anne.
Right, but it's so close, people associate it with both. This waterfall, it cascades right into the Caribbean Sea. You can climb it, swim in the pools. The views are amazing.
Okay, yeah, Dunn's River Falls, that's iconic. But what if I'm feeling more like chill? Just beach bumming.
If you want chill, Ocho Rios Bay Beach is perfect for that.
Yeah.
Calm water, beautiful sunsets, swimming, sunbathing, just relaxing.
Mm-hmm. So we've got adventure, we've got chill. Anything that kind of combines the two? Like a bit of history with my beach time.
Ooh, now that's interesting. Have you heard of Seville Great House and the Heritage Park there?
Rings a bell, but refresh my memory.
It's near where that first Spanish settlement was. Remember Seville?
Oh, right. The one that didn't work out.
Exactly. But they've got this plantation house there, beautifully preserved, gives you a peek into Jamaica's colonial past. And get this, ocean views.
Wait, so I can do history and ED scenery all at once. That's perfect.
It is. You really feel those layers of history, from the Taino people to the Spanish, all with the Caribbean as a backdrop.
Okay, Seville Great House is on the list. But you know me, I can't resist a little adventure, any underwater action around St. Anne. Snorkeling, diving, that kind of thing.
Oh, are you kidding? St. Anne is like a diver's paradise. Coral reefs everywhere, teeming with life. You could swim with colorful fish, sea turtles, maybe even spot a stingray.
A whole other world under there. But let's not forget, St. Anne isn't just a tourist spot, right? People live there, work there. What's the local culture like? What makes it unique?
You're right. It's more than just beaches and resorts. And to really get a feel for it, you got to try the food.
Ooh, okay, I'm always up for a food adventure. What's on the menu?
Well, you can't go to Jamaica without having jerk chicken.
And St. Anne, they've got some of the best jerk places around. All those spices, slow cooked over pimento wood.
Yeah, jerk chicken is a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
But what about something unique to St. Anne? Something that really shouts local flavor?
There's a dish called rundown. It's a stew, coconut milk, salted fish, veggies, usually served with green bananas or breadfruit.
Rundown. Okay, that's a new one. What's the story behind the name?
It's like truly Jamaican, passed down for generations. Rundown. It's because they cook that coconut milk down low and slow till it gets thick and creamy. I can almost taste it. So we've got spice with the jerk chicken and authentic Jamaican with the rundown, but food's just one part of it. Music, art. St. Anne's got to have a scene, right?
Oh, absolutely. Don't forget, this is Bob Marley's birthplace. His legacy is everywhere. Reggae, it's like the soundtrack of St. Anne. You'll hear it on the beaches, in the bars, everywhere you go.
Can't beat those vibes, chilling on the beach with reggae in the air. Anything else, though? Other genres or art forms?
Oh, yeah. St. Anne's got a great arts and crafts scene. Really talented people making pottery, wood carvings, jewelry. You'll find markets and shops full of these handmade pieces.
And not just the touristy stuff, but real local crafts.
Exactly. It's a way to connect with the culture. And you're supporting the people who make it.
I like that. Supporting local artists. But, it's important to remember that no place is perfect, right? We've talked about all the good stuff, but what about the challenges? What's St. Anne facing these days?
You're right. It's about balance. And St. Anne, like a lot of places, it has its issues. Poverty is a big one. Tourism brings in money, but it doesn't always reach everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I imagine crime is a concern, too, like in a lot of tourist destinations.
Unfortunately, yeah. It affects locals and tourists. It's a complex issue.
So what's being done? Are there groups working to make things better, safer, more fair for everyone?
There are, yeah. Lots of local organizations working on social and economic development, education, job training, healthcare, supporting small businesses, all that. And there's a strong sense of community, people working together to make things better.
That's good to hear. People stepping up to make a difference.
It shows you that even paradise has real-world problems. And it makes you think about responsible tourism. How our visits affect the community.
Right. It's not just about having a good time. It's about respecting the place and the people and being aware of our impact.
Exactly. Sustainable tourism. It's about more than just pretty sights. It's about leaving things better than we found them.
It's great to hear about people trying to make things better. It gives you hope. Right?
Yeah, it does. And speaking of hope and amazing things, St. Anne has this other side to it. I mean, we talk about beaches, but it's more than that. It's got these incredible natural wonders, like seriously next level.
Okay, now I'm really curious. We did beaches, Dunn's River Falls. What else is there?
You ready for this? Rainforests, waterfalls, but like hidden ones. And get this, bioluminescent lagoons.
Wait, bioluminescent, like glowing water. You're messing with me, right?
Nope, totally real. Imagine, you're in this lagoon, it's nighttime. Every time you paddle, the water lights up blue.
Okay, that is officially going on the bucket list. But how? What makes it glow?
Tiny little organisms. Then it flagellates, they get disturbed, and boom, light show. It's unreal.
I bet. But back up a sec, you mentioned rainforests.
Ah, yes. The rainforests. They're dense, full of life. Huge trees, vines everywhere, birds you wouldn't believe. You can hike through them, breathe that fresh air. It's like another world.
Sounds so peaceful.
It is. And in those forests, hidden waterfalls, cascading down, these pools form at the bottom. You feel like you discovered them yourself.
All right, you had me at rainforest, but now I'm picturing waterfalls too. Can anyone get to these places, or is it hardcore hiking?
Oh, there are trails for everyone. Easy ones, family-friendly, and then some that'll challenge you for sure. Lots of them lead to these viewpoints overlooking everything. The forests, the sea, breathtaking.
So, nature lover or adventure seeker, St. Anne's got you covered. What about the animals? What'll I see out there?
Oh, get ready for a show. So many birds. Parrots, hummingbirds, tiny little guys, so colorful. There's even this bird, the Jamaican toady. You only find it in Jamaica. Bright green, very cool. And maybe, if you're lucky, you'll see a Jamaican boa.
A boa? Like a snake?
Yeah, but they're chill, not venomous.
Okay, good to know. So, St. Anne's a nature paradise. But with all this tourism development, how do they protect all this amazing stuff?
That's the question, right? Good news is there are tons of groups working on conservation. Protecting endangered species, restoring habitats, making sure tourism is sustainable.
I'm glad to hear that. Got to find that balance, right? Sharing the beauty, but keeping it safe.
Exactly. It's vital. I mean, without the environment, there is no St. Anne, not as we know it.
Well said. Reminds me, it's on all of us to protect these places, whether we're traveling or just in our own backyard. So we've covered a lot about St. Anne. What's the one thing you want our listeners to walk away with?
St. Anne. It's more than just a pretty destination. It's got history, it's got culture, and the people, they're resilient. It's the past mixing with the future, and all that beauty. It's something to be proud of, but also something to protect.
Couldn't have put it better myself. St. Anne's like a little snapshot of the whole world. Beauty, challenges, but so much potential. Hopefully this deep dive has sparked something, Maybe you'll research more, maybe even plan a trip.
That's what we hope for. Spark that curiosity. Whether it's a far-off place or somewhere close to home, there's always more to learn, more to see.
So keep exploring, everyone.